brothers and sisters? It's your brother G World 7_D doing a quick video again. I've been in hibernation for a little bit. Put out a few videos. I'm gonna put a historical one out hopefully later on. Not yeah, just put it in today or Sunday. I want to talk about let's get something. I want to talk about follow up on what I was speaking about the other day, or a little more in my earlier videos. It's the importance of controlling your narrative. You have to control your narrative. If you don't control your narrative and you allow others to speak for you, you always get the short end of the stick. You have to understand that. You always get the short end of the stick and you allow others to speak for you, to interpret your history. You see a lot of clash coming from a lot of those other melanated people, black people from Africa and the Caribbean. Most of them don't even know our true history. And then we allow some of them to speak in our history and then try to tell us who we are and where we come from. And when you heard Garfield telling us that we're African, that we have some self-hate, no, that Negro has self-hate and he's very ignorant. And he's overstepping his boundaries trying to tell us who we are. He needs to learn who the hell he is. But this is what happens, where that we don't have full control of our narrative. Our history is uniquely different from other people's. But we have been bombarded with a mess that we came from Africa as slaves, when most of our people were already here. I've said that over and over. I mentioned it earlier in my other videos. We gotta stop allowing foreigners to dictate our history. This is why, in so many words, that we're in the mess that we're in, because we have allowed outsiders to come in to interpret our history. That's dumb. You don't do that. You don't allow outsiders to speak in your history. But we have done that, and that has been very detrimental to us, to our progress. We got to really stop being so kind-hearted and inclusive. Or stop trying to bring all people together. That's not going to work. You need to get your own house in order first. Stop with the so-called Pan-Africanism. First of all, we're not African. But stop with that stuff, because we have to get our own house in order first. You can't help out anyone else if you're not, stable or fully structured yourself. And this is something that some of us do not want to hear. Some of us continue to live in la-la land, dreamland, all this, believing all this racial diversity stuff, man. Let me tell you something, man. No matter how much you push that mess, those paler people are not going to want to hear that. They'll just tolerate you, but basically, man, those people want everything to themselves, and they do. And if you're in one of the areas, they don't want you exceeding over 9%. They don't want you in double digits. They want to keep you at a certain number limit where they can control you much easier, even in their areas. So do not buy into that integration crap. That's been very detrimental to our people. And so many of our people don't want to hear that, and they don't understand that, how we've been duped with that. This return to Africa crap, returning where? You're from here. And that is another program that's telling you to go somewhere and give up your identity here, your Aboriginal identity here. Claim that you're a foreigner and say that you're from somewhere else. So while you go run to so-called Africa, them Negroes from Africa are running here into Europe. Come on, man. Wake up. They're fleeing out of those damn countries, going to Europe, especially places like France, Italy, the UK, Sweden, Netherlands, Spain. They're fleeing. But then you're being told here to leave here and go to Africa, which is a foreign land to you. But you're thinking that you're a foreigner here when you're not. You are indigenous Aboriginal here. You're not a foreigner. But see, when you continue to allow other people to tell you who you are or believe that all black people come in one type or just from one location. That tells you being indoctrinated, brainwashed, and most of these so-called educated niggers think like that. They have no sense of being a creative thinker, an intellectual thinker. They talk about intellectualism, but these idiots are not intellectual or creative thinkers, or excuse me, critical thinkers. They're not critical thinkers. They're nothing but idiots. These are goofballs who are speaking for our community, giving misinformation to young youth, and it's out and out self-hating buffoons. I don't want to use the term, I'm trying to refrain to use the term coon, because I was going to do a video talking about what is a coon. Coon is basically short for raccoon, and that basically was talking about one of the Aboriginal tribes here based in the area we call Louisiana, Mississippi. The raccoon people, or the coon people, the raccoon people, due to the fact they had those tattoos or markings around the eyes, the raccoon eye people. The Wichita Indians, like Wichita, Kansas, named after those damn Aboriginal black folks. So don't let Garfield or Jabari tell you that you're not Aboriginal to this land. Those idiots are foreigners themselves, want to tell us who the hell we are. Do not listen to them. I tell you those over again, do not listen to them coons. Oh, excuse me, I should use the words coon. Those buffoons. Do not listen to them. Their main goal is to confuse you and to make you an immigrant in a land that you're not an immigrant. So don't listen to them bozos, man. Stop listening to them bozos, because they will confuse you. They will try to confuse you and do everything they can. We need to control our own settings. We need to control our own stuff. Do everything. You know, we need our own police department, man, because the CPD and all these other police departments in these cities, in these Democratic-ran cities, man, they're giving too much power. They go around harassing people. They're a joke, man. But I digress from that. See, one of these fools out here now writing somebody a ticket, parking their own damn lot. Or they park in the alley. I mean, the alley, but it's like an open space alley behind a park area, and giving them the damn ticket. Assholes. They need to go after crime, but they don't. they don't go after crime. They show up after the whole damn thing is over after an hour, but they're quick to stop you over a stick. But I digress. Excuse me for a minute. I apologize for that. Mucus come up, but as I said, do not allow others to tell you who you are. Do not allow others, do not feed into the information of BS. I want to say this, I may do a video on this, but when I showed you those pictures, a lot of black people with those locks, and like in ancient Mexico, and with the ancient Minoan, Cretians and all that stuff, a lot of those locks have a lot to do with the serpent honoring. Because some of them had, at the end of it, they had like a painting of them, and then a little snake at the end. A lot of those locks may have a lot to do with this serpent culture, or honoring the serpent, and they will represent that with those tight locks. Because, you know, the locks and the coilness of the locks are like that of the serpent. How the serpent is long and how the serpent will turn and coil itself and spin it, or it folds itself. A lot of those locks on the ancients had used that to represent or kind of have it parallel with that of the serpent. So, and you can see that even in some of those paintings. Just notice it. When you look at the locks, at the end of the locks, you see like a little head of a serpent. That's just something I'm dropping there, man. You know, I'm just doing this random video, but that's just something I'm dropping. But that's some good information that you brothers and sisters need to get and have, and then notice when you do your research, all right? Don't just do that traditional nonsense. Well, you got to get this from this scholar. No. Do great observation. Notice. look at the very minute detail, and then basically take that very minute detail and then enlarge it. Enlarge it and then focus on it, then home on it. Because that's what we need to do, all right? Take that minute detail, enlarge it, focus on it, enlarge it, and home on it. That is our history. That is our culture. That is who we are, all right? So that's what I want you to do. Study and get that stuff in the minute detail. Get that information and seek all that information. Seek all that you can, all right? And do not allow people to get you stagnant, all right? Do not allow people to get you stagnant. Like I mentioned before, about the Geechee, named after the Okeechee River, and then you had the Yuchi Indians and the Utah Utes, the UT, all these Negroes with the same branch of Negroes, you know. But if you don't study, you don't realize it. They don't teach you this in school. That's why I was always kind of like say F what they teach you in school, man. I did what I did to get my stuff, man. But I'm like saying, man, most of this stuff that they teach you is BS. It really is. And that's why with my videos, I try to home into something. I'll stop and I'll repeat it again. I'll repeat it again because I want to nail that to you. All right? But I want you to really focus on doing a real, very minute detail. When you're reading, stop and realize, oh, they said that. Boom, go back. Cross-reference, yes, but also use your observation, your eyes. You study certain things. Pick up on certain things. Pick up on the similarities of so many things. Just notice the very minute detail and enlarge it. And continue to grow with this information. All right, brothers and sisters, this is your brother G, World 7_D. Let's give you some quick information out there. All right, peace and love, brothers and sisters. All right.